Good morning, Prep. Welcome to our CE module. Are you ready to listen? Great. Let's start our lesson for today. For our Bible verse, it's found in Psalm 118, verse 6. It says there, "The Lord is on my side, and I am not afraid of what others can do to me." Psalm 118, verse 6. Can you read after me? Okay, great. Psalm 118, verse 6. The Lord is on my side, and I am not afraid of what others can do to me. Psalm 118, verse 6. So the verse says that wherever we are or whatever we do, the Lord is always on our side. He is always there to protect us, to shield us, and guide us in everything that we do, so that we will not be afraid or we will not be scared of what others can do to us or what could happen anytime. There are many uncertainties in our time, but let us remember that the Lord is always on our side. For our principle, Faithians depend on God. Depend means we rely on Him and we trust on Him. Trust in Him. For our aim today, we will learn about how God helped Deborah and Barak defeat the Canaan soldiers. Have you heard the name Deborah and Barak? Let's get to know them more in our lesson for today. We are now in lesson 6, and our lesson for today is entitled, God is on my side. Remember the Israelites in our story with Moses? Those people who were led by God by a pillar of cloud and a pillar of fire? Well, they were in trouble again. They disobeyed God. They started doing bad things. They kept complaining and they kept doing bad things. That's why God disciplined them. God was not with them already because God wanted to discipline them. And so they were attacked by the Canaanite army. Do you know what an army is? Okay, an army those are the people who fight for the sake of their territory, or they are fighting for something. They are a group of men who are fighting for something. They have chariots, they have weapons, they have shields, they put it in their body, and they also have their helmets. We call these helmets. Chariots is the one that they ride on. So it's a horse with we call this in our time now sidecar, but yeah, this is a chariot. Okay, so this army was led by a commander named Sisera. Again, named Sisera. Sisera had 900 strong iron chariots. So imagine how many chariots can you see here? We can just see 1, 2, 3, and 4. But imagine Sisera had 900. So it's times 10 times 10 times 10 of this 4 chariots. The Israelites probably did not want to fight this army, and they could not run fast enough to escape the chariots. So since the Israelites don't have chariots, they don't want to fight because they are not able. They don't have weapons. They don't have chariots, and these chariots are so fast in running. So these chariots can chase after the Israelites easily. And so the Israelites cried to the Lord for help. God heard the cries and allowed Deborah to help them. So this is Deborah. Deborah was a great judge and a prophetess. When we say a prophetess, or if it is a man, it's called a prophet. These are the people who can tell the future, able to tell things that would happen in the future. So that is what Deborah can do with God's help. Of course, Deborah cannot tell the things that would happen in the future in her own wisdom, but it is always with God's help. Deborah called a man named Barak. Barak is a man of great faith, and he is also a soldier. Deborah said to him, "The Lord commands you, go take with you 10,000 men and lead the way to Mount Tabor. I will lure Sisera with his chariots and troops and give him into your hands." So it says, Deborah said to Barak that he must take his army with him and lead them to Mount Tabor. And he must defeat Sisera with his chariots and troops. But Barak was kind of doubting. Barak thought for a long time, and then he said that he would only lead the army if Deborah would go with him. So Barak said, "I'll just go with you, Deborah, if you will be with me, if you will fight with me." So Deborah said, "Very well, I will go with you. But because of the way you are going about this, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will hand Sisera over to a woman." So Deborah reminded Barak that if they defeat the Canaanites and Sisera, the glory will not be his, but to the Lord, because the Lord will appoint someone to kill Sisera, the commander of the Canaanite army. So Barak and his 10,000 men, along with Deborah, went to find Sisera. They started their journey and went to Mount Tabor. So this is the army, or this is the people of Barak, and this is Deborah. They defeated all the great troops and chariots. So this happened. See, may mga weapons na lumilipad, may mga bow and arrow. These are the chariots, and these are the Canaanites, the one who were wearing in yellow, and these are the people, the Israelites. See, they don't have much gear in them. They don't much gear to wear, but they defeated the Canaanites soldiers. When Barak and his men came close to where Sisera was hidden, they were met by a woman named Jael. So papalapit pa lang si Barak doon sa pinagtataguan ni Sisera, may namit na silang babae named Jael. And you know what happened? She told Barak that Sisera was already dead. So Sisera was dead by having a peg on his head. It is kind of brutal in real life, but this is just a picture. So Sisera died with a peg on his head. This one, para siyang nail. And then Deborah had said that a while ago, kung maalala ninyo, sabi niya na the Lord has what? The Lord will hand Sisera over to a woman. So the Lord appointed this woman to kill Sisera, and so that this man, Barak, and his troops will be able to defeat the Canaanite soldiers. God helped the Israelites defeat the great army of chariots through Deborah and Barak. Okay, the end. So that's what happened in the story of Deborah and Barak. Imagine the Israelites were still doing bad things. They kept on displeasing God, but because they have asked for help, they have depended on God. They were God heard their prayer. God heard their cry, and so he used this people, Deborah and Barak, to help them defeat the Canaanite soldiers. So just like Deborah and Barak, see, can you look at the face of Barak? The face of Barak is really worried. He doubts that if he can defeat the Canaanites, even though the Lord promised him already and the Lord commanded him to defeat them. We must remember that we can always find God on our side. Okay, whenever we feel afraid or whenever we are scared, whenever that we feel that we want to hide, we can find shelter with God. We can depend on God. We can trust Him. How can we show that we trust Him? How can we show that we depend on Him? We will talk to Him through prayer. We can be honest that, Lord, I am afraid. Please help me. Please be my shelter. Please keep me safe. So those are the things that we can tell to God honestly whenever we feel afraid of something. And so the Lord will hear our prayers just like how He have heard the cries of the Israelites, and we will be able to overcome our fear through God's help. Not just by that, let us thank Him because we know that at all times, God is our shelter. God is on our side and He always keeps us safe. Like for example, in our time today, right? The COVID or the coronavirus is quite scary. It's scary to go out. We cannot go out because we may catch the virus, and sometimes it gives us a thinking in our minds that, oh Lord, maybe I will get sick if I go out. It's so scary to go out. Maybe I will have COVID. I will get sick. So there, just like the story of Deborah and Barak, they just, even though Barak, sometimes we are like that, we become scared, but let's also see the example of Deborah that he just trusted God, depended on God, and always, always talk to God and let us be dependent on Him. God is our shelter, especially in the times that when we need Him most. So God is always there with us. God is on our side. So for your classwork, finish pages 84 to 87 on your CE book. Again, finish pages 84 to 87 on your CE book. And then for your performance task, you will memorize and make an action for Psalm 118 verse 6, the verse that we have read a while ago. You will perform that to me during your exam day on CE next week. So no need to record it. You will perform it to me. We will have a one-on-one video call in your classroom. And then you will recite to me your the verse with your actions. Okay? So that is it for today. I hope that you learned something and you are encouraged by the Word of God through our story today. See you on your exam day. Goodbye, prep. God bless you.